Hey guys, welcome to News Code. In this video, I'll show you how you can create light and dark mode toggle using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So let's get ready. So the first thing we do is search for light mode and dark mode and download them. So for the first, we'll download light mode and dark mode in this color, and then we'll download them again, but in the black color. Good. So if we head over to our downloads, we should see a light mode, one which is white, one which is dark, and then dark mode, one which is light, one which is dark. The next thing we need to do is to create our files. So we can go to our documents folder. Let's create a folder. Let's name it toggle. Or enter and name it. So what we need to do next is to create our folder in our files. So let's go into our document, create a new folder, and call it toggle. Open it with Visual Studio Code. So now that Visual Studio Code is open, you need to download some extension. If you don't have one, you need the Lifesaver extension, just that one. The one I have in the Lifesaver over here, which will open our project in the browser. So what we'll do is create a index.html. Let me increase the font size of it. The style.css and the main.js. So enter index and let's create a starter. Let's name this light dark mode toggle, and then let's link our CSS and then also add our script. Great. So now that that is done, all we need to do is bring in the images. So copy all this and bring them here. So now that is done, all we need to do is bring in our images. So what we'll do is copy this and bring them in here. And now I do not like the naming at all, so what we'll do is rename them. This is the light mode in the white, so let's call this light mode white, and rename this to light mode dark mode light, and dark mode dark. Good. Now the naming system is good. Okay, so I opened the site with the Lifesaver extension, which I said you should download. It's over here. Click on it, and then it comes up here. So what we'll do is write our HTML, not that much. So we have a toggle container, and inside we will have the slider, which is a container that will be having the ball moving in. Then we have the sun, a class containing the sun. The suns that we have are two. We have two images. And for the source, the first one we have is light mode white. And then we'll call it light sun. And then we'll create another one which will be light mode dark. And this will be the dark sun. Then we create the ball class, which is the ball which will be changing to the left and to the right to turn the dark mode on and off. So we'll create another class named the moon, and then we give it, you have two images inside. So we have the dark mode light, so we'll call it light moon, and then we have the dark mode dark, and give it dark moon. And we have to add classes to these. We have a class here. And for this one we have sunlight, sun dash light, and for the next one we have sun dash dark. And then for the moon we have a class of moon dash light for the fair one, and then class of moon dash dark for the dark moon. So this is all for the HTML. Let's move on to the CSS. So for the CSS, what we will do is to start with the body. We'll give a display of flex. We'll give flex directions not necessary. We'll justify all content to the center. We are going to align all items into the center as well. We'll give a height of 100 view height and give an overflow of hidden, because we do not want anything to be scrolling. We don't need a scroll. So transition we have all 100 milliseconds ease in and out. And now we'll create a class which will apply if we want, when we turn on dark mode. So it will call dot dark mode. We have a background color of hashtag 0000000DF. And inside the same class we'll have the sun dark and the moon dark. So this is the case that when we toggle on dark mode, we do not want these ones to show on the right hand side. We want contrast, so we don't want these to show, we rather want these to show. So we'll add display none. And then at the same time, what we'll do is have the sun light and have the moon light display as block element. And then we are going to have the ball that we have. We're going to give it a relative position. We won't do that here, but we'll do it later. So we have the bottom. We want the bottom to be 1.3 rem. We want it to push up 1.3 rem from wherever it is. Left will be 2.3 rem. And on the background color to be full black. And for the slider, what we'll do is give it a background color of full white. Okay, so that will be all for the slider. And now for the toggle. What we want is for it to display as flex. We want to justify content into the center or not center. We want a space between instead. And then we'll align all items into the center. So right now what we want is for the light ones to show. As I said earlier, we want contrast. So you see sunlight and moonlight should display as none. Good. And now let's create the ball. So for this ball, we give it a height of 1.5 rem. We're going to give it a width of 1.5 rem. Position should be relative. The background color should be full white. Border radius should be at 50%. On space at the bottom to push up 1.5 rem. To push to the left 0.2 rem. The cursor to be a pointer. We want the cursor to switch to a pointer when we hover on it. Transition to be all 400 milliseconds. Ease in and out. And give it some little box shadow. That's 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 5 pixels, and not full black, like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 7. So it's a bit black but not full black. And then let's create a slider. So for this slider, we are going to give it a background color of this. The width should be 4 rem. Height should be 2 rem. Border radius, let's see, 50 pixels. And then the border is 1 pixel solid. 0, not really necessary. You can choose to move it once. You can comment it out. But let me just leave it there. And so now let's push the sun and the moon. Let everything look good. So let's start with the sun. Positioning should be relative. We want it to push to the right a bit, so left to be -2 rem. Top should be 0.2 rem. And then, sorry, I spelled sun wrong, so nothing was happening. Good, it's not working here. And then for the moon, let's position relative as well. Left 4.3 rem and bottom 3 rem. And so far it seems our website is coming to life. It looks very good at this moment. So yeah, this is all for the CSS. We can move on to the JavaScript. Okay, so for the JavaScript, what we want to do is first bring in the ball. So let's call it the slider ball, and document, spelled document wrong, document dot query selector. Since the ball is a class, we start with the dots ball. So the ball is what we have here. We are bringing it into our JS. Okay, and we also bring in the body since we are going to style it. When we turn on dark mode, query selector. Since this is a class, we write body straight away, no dots or no hashtags at the beginning. So what we'll do now is create an event listener which will do something. So what the event listener does, if we want something to happen, we say that let it do this. Maybe when I click, or maybe when I hover, or whatever I do. So let's see the slider ball. So for the ball that we have here, I'm going to add event listener. And let's see when I click on it, what should happen is going to be a function. So when I do that, we are going to write what we want to happen. So let's make sure that everything is working. So let's create an alert. So if I click on the ball at this moment, a pop-up should come here that says working. And you can see it here, which means everything is working fine. So you can hash it out or you can delete it. If you hash it out or comment it out, it won't affect the code. So you see if the body and in its class list, the classes that I have, if it contains the dark mode that we created, right now it doesn't have the dark mode. We're saying that if it has this dark mode, this is what we have. This is what we want to happen. What we want is that we want JavaScript to remove this dark mode. So if this is what happens, if the dark mode gets removed, what happens is that it will look like how we see it here at this moment. But if it's in the light mode, like right now, what we want is for JavaScript to add it. So add dark mode. So at this moment, everything should work fine. So let's keep our fingers crossed, refresh, and let's try it out. So I click on it and voila, you can see everything's working fine. So yeah, this is how you create one. So if you are interested, if this video piqued your interest, if it was beautiful, if you liked it, what I recommend is that you subscribe, hit that like button, maybe you can share it to a friend. So this is all. I'll catch you in the next one.